Hey guys, this is LJZO724, and I hate to admit it, but I am slightly disappointed. By the end of this review, you should know as to why I'm disappointed. Anyway, late last night at around 11:30, 12 midnight, I was reading and I finally finished Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. As for the title of this book, it's kind of confusing because there's a horror classic movie I saw not that long ago called House on Haunted Hill. House on Haunted Hill, Haunting of Hill House. They're a little too similar for me, but whatever. Anyway, this is a very short book. It's only 182 pages. I pretty much flew through this every night. I would read around 60 pages or so I got through this pretty quickly. The plot is about a guy named Dr. Montague inviting 3 people to stay at Hill House for, I don't know how long exactly. My guess is a week or two. I don't think it really said, but he invites Theodora, Luke, who is supposedly in the future going to inherit the estate, and Eleanor. And they each come from different backgrounds. It really goes into depth with Eleanor. It starts out the story with her, and it says how she's having a lot of trouble at home, and she never really got to do anything in her life because she always had to take care of her mom. She was always sick and at home, so she'd always take care of her. So her idea is if she goes to Hill House, it's more freedom for her, and she'll be able to break free from all that sort of boring lifestyle she had been living. Anyway, so yeah, they all meet up at the house. It's supposedly haunted. The doctor wants to see how the paranormal forces act with all these people in the house. And that's about it. I mean, that's how the book takes place. They're in the house and on the Hill House grounds, just day to day, living their lives. Nothing really happens. And one interesting fact about this book is Hill House in the book. It's really weird. They say when Hill House was built, the dimensions of the house were slightly off. So, like, for instance, if you go on the staircase, the stairs are very slightly slanted one direction. So, and all the floors are like that, all the walls, the whole house is built like that. So basically, without even realizing it, you'll be feeling really odd in that house, if you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, now here's the reason why I'm pretty disappointed. Nothing really happens in this book. I'm not gonna lie. And also, I really don't understand it, but there's this, like, 8-page introduction to the book. It's by some lady named Laura Miller. No idea who she is. But all I gotta say is, in the future, Laura, if you decide to write any introduction to a book, please try to shorten it for the reader's sake. It is long and boring, and quite honestly, does not have its use there. She spends like 10 minutes talking about the most pointless things on the book. Laura Miller, just either rethink writing introductions or just try to just be more concise and just get to the point, because really, I read 2 pages of the introduction to this book and I just skipped through it. And usually I like to read the introductions to books, but this just, I just thought, oh, forget this, I don't want to read the introduction. But anyway, back to the story. Yeah, nothing really happens. I mean, I saw this, I was thinking, okay, it's a classic ghost story by Shirley Jackson, a relatively well-known author. It should have its scares. Well, guess what? It doesn't. I mean, yes, there are like 1 or 2 really scary moments. Actually, 3 that kind of pop out at me. They weren't even that scary, but they gave me somewhat a little bit of shivers, if you know what I'm saying. And there's one part where Theodora and Eleanor are together in this bedroom, and Luke and the doctor are somewhere else in the house, and a ghost, or what they think is a ghost, runs down the hall, knocking on all the doors. And then there's another part where in the room next to them, Eleanor and Theodora can hear what sounds like a person just babbling on and on. They have no idea what they're saying, but it's just this weirdo, mysterious voice mumbling in the other room. That's kind of creepy. And then there's another part where Luke, and Theodora are out on the Hill House grounds, and they're walking, and Eleanor thinks Luke and Theodora are behind her. She turns around, they aren't there, but she can still hear talking, and that's where a ghost is. The ghost is like talking and laughing, and she can see the footprints go down and making imprints in the grass. That's kind of creepy, but that's literally all there is that's scary in this book. As for the ending, I don't want to give the ending away, but all I'll say is, how did the story end for Eleanor? That was kind of weird. Even with those points being said, it really does not redeem this book at all. I am very disappointed by this, actually. And yes, it didn't take me much time to read through, but regardless, it still isn't good. A book can be 100 pages and bad, it can be 200 pages and bad, it can be 300 pages and bad, it can be 2,000 pages and bad. Either way, if I don't enjoy it, I don't enjoy it. And this, I did not really enjoy. It does keep you entertained towards the beginning and towards the end, but the middle part, nothing really happens. So yeah, if you're expecting a very intense ghost story, do not check this out. I do not recommend this at all. If I had to give this a rating right now, I would probably have to give it 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5 right here, right now. That's what I give it. 2 out of 5. That's all it deserves. And Laura Miller, please, I don't want to see any more of your introductions, but I've gone into that enough. You should, if you happen to be seeing this video, you get my point. Anyway, calm down. The book I plan to read next is Christine by Stephen King. I'm going to start it today. It sounds very interesting. The book, as I said, the movie was great. I hope the book is. So yeah, I'll get a review up of this as soon as I'm done. And I also plan to see 2 horror classic movies today. Beast of Yucca Flats and Nightmare Castle. Here, Nightmare Castle is good. Here, Beast of Yucca Flats is, to some people, the worst horror movie they've ever seen, but I want to check it out. I hear from some it's so bad it's actually decent. I'll check it out. So, anyway, yeah, that's about it. Thank you very much. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And be sure to check out my videos a little later on.